Hi everyone, and welcome back to Stagecraft again. I'm Miss Les, and this video is a way to introduce everyone and to show them how to get to Stagecraft in the auditorium, because our procedures this year and our rules are a little bit different for the auditorium, and I just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page about what is supposed to happen to both get to class and what to do once you are in the building. So, here we go. Once the bell rings, you will exit out one of the front entrances of the building and you will walk toward the Performing Arts Center. You will then head down the left side of the building, normally what is toward the field house, and you'll go all the way to the last fire exit doors to the right. Before class begins, I will prop open this fire exit door. You will see that there is a Stagecraft This Way sign on the left, and on the right there are the rules for both the auditorium and Stagecraft. Upon entering, you will notice on the floor some blue tape lines. Please make sure that you stay behind the line if there is someone in front of you. You can see the first blue tape line here and the "Please wait behind the line" sign above. There are at least 4 tape lines before you get to the stage. You will also notice a blue tape line at the bottom of the stairs as well as the top of the stairs. When you reach the top of the stairs, please make sure not to go through the black curtain. Instead, turn to the right. Here you can see the last blue tape line right before you get to the sanitation station. When you reach the sanitation station, please take 1 pump of hand sanitizer and then 1 alcohol wipe. You will use the wipe to wipe down your table and chair. Please hold on to your wipe and throw it away at the end of class. To keep with social distancing in our classroom, which is the stage of the auditorium, there are 11 tables set up that all are taped, marked to the floor. Please make sure that you stay at your seat, which will be assigned. Every table is labeled with a number for the assigned seating. That student will remain in that seat for every class period. There is also, taped down to the table, the Stagecraft and auditorium rules so they cannot be forgotten. At the front of our sort of classroom is a green spike tape line on the floor. Students are not allowed to cross that line without permission from the teacher. By that, I mean me. Just in case you forget, there is a sign to remind you. Behind the green line, I also have a table for myself set up that I will be working at, helping you guys with Schoology, Microsoft Teams, and more. Now that we have talked about how to get to class, let's talk about the rules. All of these rules are posted on your table so that you cannot forget them as we go along. There are no exceptions to these rules, violation of any of these rules, and you will be sent to the office. I'm sorry, but that is the way it is, as I try to keep people as safe as possible in our class setting. So, the rules. Like I said, please be courteous to others as well while we follow all the rules. Rule number 1, your mask must be on at all times. If you need to take a sip of water from your bottle and you must remove your mask to do so, then you must raise your hand and ask to step outside. By that I mean, if your water bottle happens to have a straw on it, then you can barely lift your mask, take a sip of water, put your mask down, and you're good. If you have to take your whole mask off, one way or the other, to be able to drink your water, then you cannot do it. On top of that, when it comes to water, no food or drinks in the auditorium, period. This is a problem that's been persisting, and unfortunately, there have been, and I have seen them, vermin in the auditorium due to people leaving trash about. This cannot happen anymore. Okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. As it says, if you have food in your backpack, it must be sealed and not opened the second you step foot in the auditorium. That means do not come into the auditorium still eating your breakfast and expecting that to be okay. It also means you're not wearing your mask. So, no food. It also means that only bottled water is acceptable. Okay? The water fountains will not be available. They are out of order, essentially, for the near future. Okay, that means both in the auditorium and the main building. So please bring a bottle of water. All right. Do not bring anything else that's not water. If you spill or anything happens, guess who's going to clean it up? I'm going to make you do it. Okay? Number 3, you are to remain in your seat at all times. I have made sure that everything is spaced out distance-wise, which means that you need to stay in your seat. After you use your alcohol wipe, as I said, to wipe your table and chair, do not throw it away until the end of class. If you need to get up for any reason, you must raise your hand and ask permission. No exceptions. If you need to sharpen your pencil, if you need to grab a tissue, all of these things you must ask permission. Typically, Stagecraft's number 1 rule, as my upper class will tell you, is no horseplay. But since you are to remain in your seats, unlike normal years, this shouldn't be a problem. If you need to blow your nose or take off your mask for any reason, you must raise your hand, and if I give you permission, then you may step outside for a brief moment, and I mean brief. Upon re-entry, you must throw away any tissue or trash and grab another pump of hand sanitizer. Do not move tables, as I said. Keep tables within the blue spike marks on the floor to ensure that they stay 6 feet apart. Now, due to the nature of the kind of tables we have, a good majority of them have wheels, and so they will move. So it is up to you guys to make sure they stay where they're supposed to. And lastly, one of the biggest ones, maintain 6 feet of distance between yourself and others at all times. Okay? Please follow these rules. I want us to be able to have fun and do fun things. I cannot do that if we spend the entire class period with me asking you to stop doing these things. Okay? Or failure to do these things, as I should say. Okay? Alright, now that all of that shenanigans is over, let's have some fun. I know it's going to be a weird year. I know we're going to have a lot of change happening. We have got to be flexible, okay? I will do my best to keep you guys abreast of what's happening and when changes happen, all right? I want to have a good year, so let's aim for that, all right? So, until I see you again, or until I see you in class or virtual, I'll see you soon.